Hi friends, welcome back. I feel like it's been a second, maybe not. My name's Molly. I'm the founder, owner, operator, everything for Lacquer 22, a small nail polish company. Today we're going to be talking makeup though, and I am so excited for many reasons. My Black Friday orders came in from Gourmande Girls, and I now have all three palettes from Gourmande Girls and Doodles by the Bunny. It's been a long day and my talking is out the window. I have all three palettes. I have Nightshade, Haunted, and then Spooked. Let me tell you a couple reasons why I'm so excited for today. First and foremost, I love Halloween. And these two are like, without a doubt, Halloween themed. This one's called Nightshade, and you know, Nightshade's a killer, so I'm lumping it in with Halloween. I'm really excited. This is also an Austin brand, a Texas brand, so I love that. I am just really excited. I've heard great things. Love a small business. I'm just ready to jump in. I've used the Nightshade once or twice already. I have really liked it, but now I'm going to try these two palettes for the first time. This is not going to be a video where I am like trying to use as many shades in all the palettes as I can, because I have three palettes instead of just one today. But I will be doing one look here with one of the palettes, one look here with one of the other palettes, and then I'll do both eyes with the third palette. I'm just really excited. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, so you might notice that I have a little bit of my face on already. I went very light for work today and I'm home now, so that's why I'm filming with some of it on. The mascara will be saying bye-bye after I wipe off the first two palettes looks. But yes, I do have some makeup on. It's just not my preferred style, so we're gonna go a little crazy. I'm gonna start with the Nightshade since I've used it already, and I do kind of have an idea of this third look, second or third look for the palette, and I'm really excited. Since this came out and I've been seeing it, I've been really obsessed with this really deep green right there. It's like a emerald color hellebore. It's just a really beautiful shimmer. I want to do like a very dark and smoky eye with that as the focus, and I can't wait. So here we go. I'm actually going to start with the black. It's called Black Night. I'm going to kind of fill out my shape a little bit, and then we will adjust from there. And as always, I start with a pencil brush. All right, I'm going to take a very small blending brush, and I'm going to go into this shade called Deadly. It's the gray right here, and that's going to be the shade that we blend out with. I'm trying to keep it kind of monochromatic so that the green is like wham bam in your face. So we're going to see how that goes going into Deadly. So far, I really haven't had any issues with this palette. Again, I have used it before, so I'm, you know, this isn't my absolute first thought. Alright, so I'm pretty happy with the start of this look coming together. I feel like the gray and the black blended together really quite nicely. The black is very pigmented, but it still is able to blend out in a way that isn't gray, if that makes sense. I appreciate it. I'm liking it. So far, so good. I'm going to grab some glitter glue, and then we're going to get green. All right. Glitter glue is on. Now we're going in with that emerald hellebore shade. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce that word. I've never seen that word before. Here we go. Oh, I love that. That is so pretty. I love emerald in general. I think emerald is just one of the prettiest colors that exists. I just really, really love it. I know that this is a really simple look right now, and honestly it's gonna kind of stay pretty simple. I'm going back in with the black called Black Night as I talk through this, but I have just been dying to use that dark shade, and I feel like this is the best look for me to be able to do that. So here we go. Isn't that beautiful? I love that so much. Man. Alright, for the lower lash line, how do I want to do this? The lower lash line, I'm just going to take whatever black is left on my pencil brush and I'm going to dip into the shade Hinbane. I did not realize how many of these words I don't know how to pronounce. It's this green matte right there. And we're going to just kind of mix and match a little bit with the black and that green and go underneath. Alright, so for right now, this is what we have for the Nightshade palette. I'm really, really loving this. I have previously used, let's see, which shades. I've used the two, like the mid-tone and the deep purple mattes. Woody here, Nightshade there, Hypnotic, and Enchanter and Belladonna. So I've used, I guess, mostly just the purple shades. I really don't have complaints about this. They all wore really well throughout the day. This is a brand to keep your eyes out for. Alright, so we're going to be moving on to the second palette, the second look. This is the Spooked palette. This was the first launch between the two parts, I guess, the Gourmande Girls and Doodles by the Bunny. I love, love, love this packaging with the spider webs. I think it's so cute. This one is definitely more on the neutral side. We obviously have like the bright red, the bright green, we have an orange and a purple, but this is more on the neutral side. And I think it's interesting that my favorite neutral palettes are Halloween themed, because I like this so far. I haven't used it yet, but I like the color story of it. The Halloween one from Nomad, Haunted Europe, even their Ghost Town from this year is really nice. So I think it's a little interesting that that's kind of how the cookie crumbled, because I feel like Halloween is usually very much about color and brightness and being weird. But nevertheless, here we go. I'm gonna clean off my pencil brush because I'm just gonna use the same one all 3 times. I have the Ulta brand of the color switch, I think that's what it's called. Alright, we're gonna go a little weird, I think. I'm gonna take this purple, the bright purple up here called Cauldron. This is gonna be our main like outer corner color. And then I think I'm gonna take the orange called Haunted. Yep, Haunted there. That's gonna be our like crease color. And then I'm gonna see what Pumpkin's about. I'm pretty sure this one is a duochrome. Oh yeah, it's like a pink to peach kind of thing. See what that's about, see if that works as the shimmer for that or not. If it doesn't, we'll adjust, it'll be fine. So I'm going in with Cauldron, that bright purple. And I actually really like the depth on that because I feel like it's not a rainbow purple, but it's also not like an eggplant where you can't really tell that it's purple, you know what I mean? I think it has a good depth to it. Alright, so we have the base for the purple down. I'm going to take the orange called Haunted, this guy right here. We're going to take that, put it in the crease. And again, I'm using the same brush as last time, it's just cleaned off. So I've got the orange. Love that. I know orange and purple aren't the best of friends, so I've got to be a little careful with how they interact. And I also just dipped back in with Cauldron, the purple, on the same brush after cleaning it again, just so I can kind of round out and buff out these edges up here because I don't want too harsh of a line. Alright, so the purple and orange bases are down. I'm going to grab my glitter glue once again. Now we're going to see what Pumpkin's about. Again, it's a duochrome that goes from pink to peach. You can see it in the mirror up there. And try that and see what happens. Oh, there's like a green shift. Ooh. I haven't swatched any of these if you can't tell. Oh my god. Ooh, that's fun. And it kind of blends in with the orange up top. So that actually works out really well. Oh, I like it. Just for funsies, I'm going to go in with Treat, which is the dark purple shimmer right here. And I'm going to put that on the more the outer edge just to kind of connect the two a little bit. And it's looking a little more blue than purple compared to Cauldron, but that's okay. I'm going to go back in with Cauldron again. Blend them together a little bit. And then you know what, because we have such a smoky eye on this side, I'm actually going to take the black in here called Spooky. So this guy, I'm going to take him and he's going to go like just on the lower lash line to deepen up. Just a tad. Ever so slightly. Perfect. Alright, so for the lower lash line, for the lower lash line, I'm going to take Fright. This is more of like a eggplanty, maroonish, burgundy kind of shade. I'm going to take that just all through the lower lash. Clean off my brush once again. Alright, I have Fright. Here we go. Alright. I'm going to step aside, put some lashes on, and then show you how these two actually look fully completed. And I'll be right back. Alright, so these are the two looks we just did with the Nightshade on this side and then the Spooked on this side. I added my lashes. I'm not changing my lips today because I'm not like, this isn't a full look. It's just eyeshadow, kind of testing it out. So I'm going to take this off and then we will get started with Haunted. Alright, the first two looks are off. We're gonna jump in with Haunted. I love the packaging on this one too, with the little ghosts on it. I'm thinking we're gonna kind of do like a fall look now. So I'm gonna start with Supernatural. It's this darker shade. Let me zoom in actually. All right, we're gonna start with Supernatural, the like kind of maroon one here. That's going in the outer corners. This shade is definitely more of a like red toned brown. I would say it leans more brown than it does the burgundy though. Alright, I kind of have a rough draft laid down with that shade. I'm not in love with the pigmentation on that one, but we're gonna move on, come back to it. So now I'm going to take the shade So Haunted, which is this like yellowy orange shade. I love colors like this, so pretty. So this is gonna go not only in our crease here, but we're also gonna try to blend out Supernatural with this shade as well. Have some fall vibes going on. All right, so we have So Haunted hanging out. We have it blended out. We blend out Supernatural with it. So I'm gonna go back into Supernatural, try to do another layer of it. See how that goes, because this is not as dark as I would like it to be on the outside, the outer edges of the eye. We're gonna try to build it up and see what happens. Alright, so this pigmentation is definitely better. I went in again this time with Obsessed, so this was more of the like mustard matte there to blend it out this time. This is still a little bit lighter than I'd like it to be, so I'm going in again with the black called Troubled. I haven't swatched all of these next to each other, but all three palettes so far have a black, which I don't love. All right, we're gonna try now with our shimmers. So of course, glitter glue. All right, we're gonna use 2 shimmers. I'm gonna start with Apparition, which is this one here. I think it's like a blue to purple, and then this bright green is gonna go on the inner part of the eye. So starting with Apparition on the outer. I mean, it has that blue to purple base to it, but that shimmer is definitely not blue or purple. Here is the green, which now looks much more gold, which is fine. And then kind of just tapping back and forth so that they meet up nicely in the middle and the other eye. Now, of course, last but not least, we're gonna mix the black called Trouble with Supernatural. Mix, mix, mix. And we're gonna deepen up and blend together that outer corner. All right, the upper part of the eye is done. We're gonna go to the lower lash line, and we're gonna mix again Trouble and Supernatural, these 2 mattes right there, the ones we've been using in the outer corner. And that's gonna be our lower lash line. All right, I'm gonna put lashes on, and then we will discuss our thoughts. All right, so this is the final look with the Haunted palette. I like it, but I don't love it. I will tell you why in a second. We're gonna zoom out and just kind of, I'm gonna give you my thoughts, first impressions, I guess. Mostly first impressions since I have used the Nightshade before. But yeah, just kind of to let you inside my brain for a second. All right, so we have now seen all 3 palettes in action. We're gonna start talking with the Nightshade one. Now I have had more use out of this one, so I feel like I can speak a little bit more on it. The mattes in this one I've enjoyed. I will say the dark purple has been a little bit iffy, but again, I've only used it once, so take that with a grain of salt. I will say that this Hypnotic shimmer right here is not very impactful. I feel like it's teetering more on the satin side than the shimmer side personally. And then this shade down here, Belladonna, it's pretty in the pan. It doesn't work on my skin. You barely see it, but that's a me problem, not a palette problem. The shimmers, every shimmer that I've tried except for Hypnotic, I have liked. The mattes are good for the most part. I'm happy with every look I've done with this palette, so it's really not a big complaint. Those are just a couple things that I would kind of keep my eye out for. Next, the Spooked palette. Side note, all of them have amazing embossings that are just adorable. Nightshade has more like florals in there, and then Spooked is more Halloween-y with jack-o'-lanterns and spider webs and bats, which is just super fun. Now this one I've only used the once. I will say that I feel like the purple cauldron was kind of patchy. I had to go in and like make sure it was built up, but once it was built up, there was no problem. It was just kind of the process of getting there, which this could be just kind of one of those learning curves, you know, since I haven't really used the brand a whole lot before, so that's not quite a negative. It's just something that I've noticed with using them for the first time today. Pumpkin, the shimmer is beautiful. I thought the orange called Haunted did really well. This looks like a matte white, which I think is a really nice add to a Halloween palette. Everything looks really nice. My only critique, and like this is kind of why I went back and forth on buying this. I made one order with the Nightshade and then I liked it, so I bought the other 2 for Black Friday. The reason I was teetering on this one was because of the more neutral elements in it. Obviously that is not like a problem with the palette, that's just something that happens to be the palette. I'm not a huge neutral person, but I can still work around this. I mean, I think you guys saw that I did a decently colorful look with it. I think it's fun, but I definitely need to play around more with those darker shades. Just for the lower lash line, I don't think Fright was very pigmented, but again, I will need to continue playing with it. And then lastly, we have the Haunted palette. So this one, I saw a couple swatches a while back when it came out, and these two shades worried me just from swatches, but I thought, hey, I like the other colors in the palette, and you know what, swatches aren't always how the eyeshadow will actually perform on the eyeballs. So again, I took a chance. I'm disappointed in this shade. I feel like I had to put so much on my brush just for it to show up the way that I wanted it to. This is a deeper shade in the pan, so I wanted it to be a deeper shade on the eye, and it just wasn't. I don't love that, but it is what it is. I need to play around with this one to see if it's the same way or not, because obviously I don't know. Let's see. The two shimmers are beautiful. I'm really loving that. This shade down here is a satin, which I don't love the satins, but it is what it is. It's not the end of the world. The other shimmers look really pretty. I did really enjoy this shade as well. I think overall it's a good palette. There's just a couple little quirks that aren't quite for me. And I have mentioned it already, all three palettes have a black or a black adjacent shade, which I don't feel is necessary. I think it works best in Nightshade or Spooked, but still, all three don't need a black, in my opinion. If you use a black every single day, cool, great. There's a high chance that I'm going to use a black every day, but I also have a single because I don't think it's necessary in every single palette. That being said, the shades the mattes that work well work really well, and they're really nice. But that last shade that we played with the Haunted palette was not one of those shades, and it was not fun to build up. Again, this is just kind of first impressions, an overview, if you will. I need to deep dive and actually try these palettes a lot more before I give like a solid good bad. But that's just kind of where I'm at right now. I don't know, so far Nightshade is best quality in my opinion. So if you have not tried the brand and you want to, I feel like that's a pretty confident statement to make for myself. But you know, take everybody's word with a grain of salt. I am more than willing to give them another chance if they release something else. I actually did just announce the Silent Night palette, which looks really pretty, but I did just buy from them twice in November, so I'm gonna take a pause. But it is very pretty, and I am keeping that in the back of my mind. So that's kind of what I've got for you today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have you tried this brand before? Have you had any similar experiences? I would really love to know. I hope I'm not the only one experiencing this. Actually, I kind of do hope I am, because I want this brand to be successful. Again, Austin owned. I loved it. But you know, it is what it is. That's kind of all I've got for this video. I will have the looks that I've done posted on my Instagram that you can find below. So if you want to see those a little bit more up close, that's where they'll be. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time, and I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are. Bye!